Welcome back to episode 4 of Paint With Me. So in this series of videos, I choose 3 strangers to paint a flower in my sketchbook. Today's flower is the Southern Magnolia. Look at just how beautiful this flower is. Now, today's going to be a little different. I'm not taking my sketchbook. These are my watercolor meditation cards. They include 12 cards. All of them have flowers that were featured in my collection, Genealogy. All of the flowers have medicinal benefits, and I created these cards so that you can have something to pull out when you need to relax, when you need to ease anxiety. You pull out these cards, you pull out the watercolors and a water brush that comes with it, and you just take a moment to paint. There's also a QR code where you can scan, and it includes a video per month where I'm leading you through the meditation and the painting. So let's go to our first sitter. Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Michael.
And Michael, have you ever used watercolors before?
I have not.
No, not even when you were a child?
Well, maybe when I was in kindergarten, I was just looking at this, but I don't really think so.
Okay.
I have done, yeah. I'm ready to give it a try.
You ready to give it a try?
Yeah,
okay.
I am.
Okay, well, you're going to paint this. This is a magnolia flower.
Okay.
And you can just sit it on top of the box. And so you'll take the top off of the water brush, and then if you just squeeze it, like if while you're painting, especially like before you put your brush into the paint, it'll activate the paint. So like water will come out. So you kind of see water coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, so while Michael paints this beautiful magnolia flower, he's going to be the second person painting because I started it off. I just want to talk about a few medicinal benefits of the magnolia flower. So the magnolia flower is used to reduce dark spots on the skin. You can also use the bark of the magnolia tree. The magnolia flower is also known to ease anxiety. A lot of people use the flower bud. It has a lot of medicinal benefits that I encourage you to research. But I grew up with a lot of southern magnolias around me because I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. And then I learned later that the magnolia tree also signifies a safe haven for enslaved folks during the time of the Underground Railroad. So if there was a magnolia tree in front, then there was a safe place. So let's see how Michael feels after painting this flower. How was your experience with painting this flower?
It was great.
Great?
Yeah. Really.
You enjoyed it?
I really did, yeah.
That's really good to hear. Do you feel like a little bit more like relaxed, or do you think that you would consider incorporating watercolors like into your life?
Oh, I would do it, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you so much for participating.
Thank you for letting me. I appreciate you.
So what's your name?
I'm T.
T?
Yes.
And have you ever painted using watercolors?
I haven't.
You have not?
I have bought a bunch for my kids because I have artistic kids, but I've never thought of myself as such.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is Jordan.
This is Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
His sister is a painter, but he's a painter too by association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, watercolors for me is a way to relax. It's like a tranquil way. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
And then the flowers that you're painting, these are my watercolor meditation cards. Each flower has medicinal benefits. So while you're painting, like I'll put in the video, the benefits of the flower. Okay. So just begin painting the flower. And I'm not going to have you paint the full flower, but just like some petals of it.
Yeah. Just I'll pick a side. I'll do this one.
Okay. And it's whatever color you want. You are the artist.
Jordan, which color should I pick? I know you love green. Should I do green?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna do green. Okay, look.
It's still red from the previous person?
It's okay. We'll do red. We like red.
No.
Uh-oh. You know how I always tell you, Jordy, to color within the lines? I didn't do that just now, did I?
A little bit.
A little bit.
It's okay.
It's okay?
How would I do it?
You want to help me?
Yeah.
Because he's good. Okay. We're doing it together.
There you go.
Oh, Jordan is good. And I'm gonna... I think I just messed up your colors, but I'm gonna
It's
get
okay.
more green because he loves green. Let's see. Hey, we're getting. So when you mix red and green, apparently it's brown.
Yeah, red and green.
And we were just talking about with Jordan having a conversation about how black and brown is beautiful. So
get
this
green.
is Jordan.
Long way.
Okay, this is cool though. It's surprisingly relaxing.
It's relaxing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Different colors in the same petal.
Yeah, this is beautiful, and I like the way you mix the colors. I mean, so it's like a gradient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Autumn is my favorite color. So it reminds me of fall colors.
Oh yeah, yeah. So how did you feel painting while you were painting?
You know, I actually found this surprisingly relaxing. You know, I'm as a mom of two, I'm always in a hurry, and I always don't think I have time to do this. But now that I was doing it for you, I was like, oh, I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
This is nice. Yeah, it felt like a little treat.
Yeah.
It's like a form of meditation almost.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I like it. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for participating,
Of course.
Zuli. And have you ever painted using watercolors?
When I was probably a lot younger.
A lot younger?
Yeah.
So not as an adult, maybe?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. So these are watercolor coloring cards, meditation coloring cards. And do you know what kind of flower that is?
I do not.
No. So it's a magnolia flower, and I think it's a magnolia tree up here somewhere.
Somewhere,
Yeah. Hopefully these bugs. So yeah, the magnolia flower has a lot of medicinal benefits, and within the videos I tell like the benefits of it. Like, a lot of people use it in like perfumes or like for skin. So this is a water brush pen that you have in your hand, and you just pop the top off, and to activate it you just squeeze the pen, like the actual pen, and so water comes out. And do you do any type of like creative practice?
I try, you know. I love doing those like paint night things. So me and my husband just started doing those at home.
Okay.
Like, we just bought like canvases and acrylic paints, and then just started doing that at home.
Okay.
Just to relax, you know, doing our own paint night.
Yeah, I consider watercolors as like really like a form of meditation, like especially out here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so relaxing.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's like, you know, I should do this.
More often.
And it's just nice. It's like, you know, something that you can kind of like tune out to. At least when we try to do some painting at home, it's like, you know, you have your glass of wine, you're just kind of chatting, sometimes not even talking, really focused on, you know, your art and what you're painting.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's kind of figuring out what you want to do.
Yeah, I love it. I love that you all make a date night out of
Yeah.
painting.
So what do you do for a living?
So I'm a watercolor artist and designer. That's one of my paintings on top of this box.
Oh wow, that's
So,
beautiful.
Thank you. So yeah, my paintings and my designs tell stories pretty much of my life. And the way I got into watercolors is because I have a genetic blood disorder. So when I was young, I was like in the hospital often, and the way my parents like kept me calm and kept me busy was with watercolors. Yep. So
May I ask what genetic disorder? I'm a scientist, and I studied genetics, so that's why I'm curious.
oh nice, it's hereditary elliptocytosis.
Elliptocytosis. I don't know what that is.
You know, it's so rare.
Yeah.
So the blood cells are elliptical and not circular.
So it's not like sickle cell anemia, right? Or is
No,
it?
it has some of the same
Same-
symptoms. It's not the same shape. No, they're literally like blood cells are almost like pressed down.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it always amazed me, you know, how, at least like, from the scientific point of view, how, we have so many bases of like DNA and like to build out instructions for, for our body to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's basically like making a photocopy, right?
Yep.
So every time you make a photocopy, something can go wrong or some parts can fade out.
Right.
And you end up with some of these, either, genetic diseases, or sometimes different types of, like cancers, things like that. And I don't know, I just always found it really fascinating.
Yeah, it is. Like, once I did a collection called Hematology.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my blood smears from when I was little, and then my blood smears from when I was an adult, which they look similar, but I just took like the inspiration from the shapes and then like the colors and created these prints and printed it on garments and on paintings.
That's so neat.
But it was interesting to see like because when I was little they did a test on my parents, my grandparents, so it's like these like all of these shapes, like half of the trait, and then I have like this, was it homogeneous?
In forensics you have blood spatter too.
What is it?
Blood spatter.
Blood spatter?
Yeah, so that's another like kind of watercolory thing that actually it just reminded me of you when you said blood. So in forensics, I also did forensics for a while. I've done a lot of things. But in forensics, so you can tell a lot about a crime scene and what happened based on like blood spatter analysis. And so they'll look at like the different drops and they'll like estimate like a velocity of how fast somebody stabbed somebody else. They'll was it coming from this way or that way or above. And that's pretty awesome. So I think that'd be something really cool to do with watercolors. Do you know that?
Yeah, that's
Think
interesting.
about it. Okay, I think I'm done.
You done?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at this pretty flower painted by 3 strangers. You all created art and you don't even know who the other people
Well, whoever
are.
did these leaves, I love it. It's it's like a good transition of like green to brown. Like I can picture them.
Yeah, I did one of them. I think I did the greenest one. Then I let
I love it. It looks so beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. So can I ask you, how was your experience with painting watercolors?
I love it.
You
I
love it?
want to do more of it now. It's probably less messy than painting acrylic. So
True.
Yeah, and it's very relaxing, especially you're right in the setting. So
In the garden. Yeah.
So definitely, I think something that maybe I should try doing next time I go outside.
Good. Good. Well, thank you so much for participating. Okay, so that concludes episode 4 of Paint With Me. This one for me was just extra special because I was able to capture a little bit more of everyone's story. And then the fact that these 3 strangers created this dynamic piece of art. They don't even know each other, but this piece of art has all of their energy. They sat still, they meditated, they probably had thoughts that came out, and it was put down into this painting, and this painting shares all of their stories collectively. So if you're interested in trying out these painting cards that are great for relaxation, you can buy them at buychriskeys.com, and I will see you all in the next episode of Paint With Me.